Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I'm afraid they're not very frequent at the moment. That's down to mainly Nugget, my pup. It's just a case of the wife works from home, has been for the last year, and she's in one meeting after another. So although Nugget will go and kip on a blanket next to her from time to time, obviously he has the attention span of a gnat. So in 20 minutes he wants to get up and he's throwing his toys around the room and chewing on her feet and everything. So I can't be spraying models and stuff and keep stopping and starting, if that makes sense. So a lot of things have had to be pushed back. I'm not going to meet the deadline to the reconnaissance group build hosted by Joachim and Marcus. That's sad because I've done it, I think it's the third year, fourth year, I'm not sure. But it's the first time I've not met the deadline. And it's a wide deadline, you know, it's just a perfect storm. I emailed Joachim and just to explain the situation, but it's just having the pup. I needed to get this commission, which is what this video is about, finished. And it's just been a perfect storm. I've not been able to get it over the finishing line. As I say, Nugget at the moment needs too much attention. I'd like to do the finish Tom's car off, a group build I didn't, which went past about a year ago, but I can't do any modelling really spraying wise. I want to get my Starfighter after I've got a 1 in 48 Starfighter to do. Can't do that because it's just how it is. The pup at the moment needs too much attention, and I can't stop start on airbrushing. I can do things like the small 18mm tanks, which are underneath my Ukrainian flag up there. They're actually the two tanks I've got are fairly well advanced. That's the Comet tank, which is almost done. I've just got to make a base for it, and now the commission's over with. I will be making a base for it, and we'll have a reveal on that. The Tiger E, that's further down the track, but it's still been it's had its base coats done. It's had I've tried to I did the hairspray technique on that and put the whitewash on, but it's not really come out half as well as I'd hoped. And also I needed to put more Dunkelgelb. My Mara Beetle sent me some paints for the Starfighter and for these type of tanks, or the German side of it. Unfortunately I didn't have them at the time, and I knocked up my own and it didn't go well. So, but there I can do that type of stuff because it really is a blowover with a single colour, and sometimes two if it's camo, but three. But it's something I can do in a very short period of time, whereas the main builds like the car and if I do the Starfighter, especially like the Starfighter, I'll have 1001 colours to it. So it's just got to wait for a couple of months until Nugget gets old enough that he's not constantly needing attention, if that makes sense. I have got figures done for the group. I was also doing 4 figures for the group build, reconnaissance group build, and they are done. They're just waiting for tomorrow. Again, I have to have, it's usually the weekends now, where I'll be doing a varnish coat on those, their first varnish coat. Then I've got to base those. So yeah, the videos are just a bit sporadic at the moment, and they will be until Nugget just gets a bit older, and as I say, he's not tearing the place apart, because at the moment he's a little 4-legged furry wrecking ball. Believe me, he is. I've got, what else have I got on the desk? The MVA, quick flash of those. MVA are done, the 3 of those. As I say, just to show you what is, the group build Australians are done, but needing work done to them. Got 3 United States Marine Corps, these are all Vietnam obviously, it's not started. These lovely Landschnecks I've been enjoying. Then that's another base almost done, they're just going to have a couple more bits to them. Started last night dappling the trumpeter on this French Hussar. Well, not the trumpeter but the horse. I'm not very good at dappling, but that one's not coming up too bad. and I've got several of these I put together the other in a spare hour and a half. So yeah, the modelling side of it, it's a shame I was getting my teeth into that, but that's been having to knock back at the moment. I've got a ton of 28mm wargaming stuff that I need to be doing as well. So as in they've just been hanging around waiting for the commission to finish, because I didn't want to put too much time into that when I was doing the odd bits on these figures. So there'll be a load of those coming up. The 1/16 Waffen SS figure, he's done, but he isn't based. Again, everything just got put on hold to get this commission over the line, so you'll be seeing him hopefully soon. I will be varnishing the plinth of the at last of the Airfix Lancer, and once that's done, I've just got to apply the reins, which I'd left off because I just wanted him seated on a plinth and that, and then just do a tiny bit of a work around the plinth, and he'll be up for show as well. So right, nothing to do with this commission, is it? But I just wanted to put you in the picture, what's been happening, where we are, that type of stuff. So join me at the bench. I'm running out of battery, so if I can't get this plugged into the mains, we're stuffed. So I'll see you in a minute. Well, here's a commission all in its box. You look at it and you think, how did it take that long? I have no idea, it just does. To be honest with you, when you paint 18mm figures, for me, they take just as long as doing a 28mm figure. Not been a bad units to work with. This is Westphalian Garde du Corps here. I will take them out and arrange them for some photographs, but it's just while I've got the camera charging up, so it's a bit awkward. But this is Westphalian Garde du Corps, I believe. They were never in a large unit, and they never actually saw combat, I believe. But the client liked them so much, it was the unit that first got him interested in Napoleonics. These are heavily converted. Plumes, breastplates removed at the back because they only had the breastplate at the front apart from the officers, I believe. I put puttied like the decorations through the mane, either side in yellow. There's like, oh, remove carbines, that was a job and a half. They all had carbines. These only had carbines when they were mounting guard. When they were on escort duty, they didn't have them. This is what I believe I read in O'Rourke's manuals, or books, whatever. So I had to get an angle grinder. Please don't get an angle grinder to you'll have no fingers and no soldiers left. You know what I mean, a Dremel. I Dremeled them out, and that took a bit of time, and then you had to do a bit of reputty work in places. But horses, bit of infill in them. I mean, the moulds are fairly old, not horrendous, so just but there was a bit. I always drill the front of the reins out, and any bits I can on the side of the reins, because otherwise they'll be solid. A bit like these, if you see these periplastics, they're solid. You can drill those out. This is just for a quick sale though, so I've not done that on those. And the swords were replaced with paper clips that I flattened out. I used to actually Dremel them flat, and you get a bit over excited with it, and they end up getting too bendy as if they were white metal. And I just found that it was just easier filing them, and that's what I do now. So I leave the basket hilt on the hand, and obviously cut it off, drill into the hand, and then I make a small. Obviously, I file down the one bit, so it's like the tang goes into the basket hilt. I'm always talking like I knew what I'm doing there. So that's that. The only thing on the whole thing that I didn't use my normal matte varnish on these. It's a perfectly acceptable varnish, but it's a bit more flatter, and it flattens some of the highlights out on the lighter horses, and not much I can do about that. I couldn't get hold of my normal varnish, and I had to use one that I normally use for my my models. So that was a bit disappointing, but it's not a killer. It's just I just happen to prefer that other varnish. So Westphalian Garde du Corps, Saxon Chevaux Léger Lancers. The Lancers were again just large scale paper clips cut off and filed into a point. You sometimes have to manipulate them to get them where you want to go. Now these and the Berg Lancers here, these are Berg Lancers. Some of the horses, there's a mixture, which is good, there's a mixture of horses, but particularly these Chevaux Légers, on the larger horses, the figures really don't fit, and you have to do a heck of a lot of filing out and grinding to get them to sit halfway decent, and even then they sit, because they're meant to be for the heavier horses, you know, Cuirassier and Dragoons and things, and they really don't sit well on the horses. They take a bit of work a lot of work to grind them around the chevroquet and that to fit them on the horse. I wouldn't suggest filing. You could file the horse, but if you do it in the wrong places, you'll spoil your horse really. So it just means taking a lot of metal out and then even then I had to gingerly just get the pliers and just manipulate the legs and just hope they didn't snap off, which they didn't. But yeah, it wasn't great. So yeah, that's those. The Berg were more or less the same really. As I said, I made my own pennants on the Lances. That's cut up, popped in. You could use plastic. I just thought to go, they're all metal, they might as well be metal as well. So it's super glued on. I've not tried to be fancy and he said spot weld them. Like, oh, we're doing well at the moment, aren't we? Spot welding and angle grinding. But yeah, you know what I'm on about. Wordscapes move my head. But that's just super glued on. But yeah, that's cut up pop can and just manipulated first in a bit of a fluttery motion in some of them. Yeah, because these are in the style of when we very first started the commission, and I worked for my client on these every 2 or 3 years. So realistically, the grass is more or less the same, and we just put a few tufts on. In this case, some flowers and a couple of dark green tufts, but mainly it's a static grass that's obviously been charged to stand up, if that makes sense. And then once all that's done, I give them a second coat of varnish all through the sprayer. Obviously you can see this is ferro sheet stuck down. Now this went down really badly, and I managed to tear it, so it's not a great job off me there. But they're magnetised. If we can get one off, there you go. They're magnetised at the bottom. Magnetised sheet. I get my magnet sheets from, well, you don't, I literally bought a job lot from the same company years ago, and I've still got one sheet of magnetics left should the client ever need anything else. I had to get this ferro sheet in, which is, the ferro is just like metal, there's like metal filings or whatever it is in this rubberized stuff. But now they sell it in a roll rather than flat sheets, which makes no difference. But should you want to get some, it's from Magnetic Display here in the UK. Excellent service, great turnaround. Always get what you want. If you don't, I mean, this is a really useful box, you know, just bought online. But they also do these. If you don't want to bother sticking them in, they'll stick these ferro sheets in for you and sell you a box and all the rest of it if that's what you want to go down. Obviously there's room in here for the client to put a few more bits and pieces in should he require. So yeah, that's it really. I'll put some photographs at the end on the usual black card, just to have all the little fellas out. There might be the bit of static grass here and there stuck on them still. I think I've brushed them off twice and I can still see bits floating around on them. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyable, much appreciated for the client to commission me again doing these. Yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Napoleonic 18mm AB. AB is what they used to be called, and we still call them that, but they're from Eureka Miniatures. Well, I didn't buy these, the client gets them sent to me, but these are from Eureka UK. Obviously Eureka's main business is in Australia. I believe they may have a United States you know, subsidiary agent, whatever you want to call it. But these are from the UK side of things. As I say, the moulds on all of these were fine. I didn't think I had any problems. Part of the horses had a bit of infill, but nothing major. But the figures themselves, I don't believe had any major problems whatsoever. So yeah, there we go. Look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look. As I say, videos are as and when at the moment, but obviously there'll be another one coming up soon. I've got loads to show. It's just getting the time and the quiet house to do them at the moment. So look after yourselves. Thanks for your kind words and support. As always, it's always appreciated, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.